Casey a list of what y'all would like to see not be put in, and get it to her by Thursday of this week, so we can get it to Scott.
And then another provision that would say any other item or sign,
Must be approved by council or something.
every single one of them, no. I would say there needs to be that thought of what issues would you like to come before you all for approval? Signs larger than X, larger than 10 square feet, signs larger than.
The horrible signs, so many of them look bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could say any sign larger than X, and we take care of that category. Any sign larger than this.
But we need to have some rules and something clear. The 24/7 fitness place is moving down into one of Mike Long's buildings, and I gave them permission to put a sign up there on my lot on 11th. I told them it had to look nice and, be neat, something everybody wasn't ashamed of. They've agreed to that, and they're gonna show it to me before they put it up.
That's not 24 Fitness, that's that, what's the name of that one that's over the railroad tracks now?
That's the one, but I don't remember the name.
It's not CrossFit. That's what's-
Can
It's
everybody,
like CrossFit 24/7 or something like that.
could everybody get their list together and maybe by Thursday get it turned in to Casey so that, some of the things that y'all, Wednesday or Thursday one?
And this way,
Try to get it,
And
because he's,
again, this wouldn't be a comprehensive thing, we could go back, amend it at a later date. Just,
I'm just gonna do it before I go to bed. Not gonna give that up.
that's my thoughts.
one thing I know is the billboards. I don't want any billboards right down through the middle of town,
I don't think anybody got any interest in putting big
I don't
billboards
think any of us
down
will.
11.
I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
any of us
I agree
want
with
that,
that.
so that'll be on everybody's list, I
But
think.
they cost too much and not enough visibility up and down the highway. Probably not anymore. Those things are crazy high in New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay, everybody get that back to Casey and try to do it by Thursday of this week. Okay, I want to let everybody know that tomorrow's the mayor's breakfast, and it's going to be held in Riverside. It starts at 7:30 in the morning, and the speaker is going to be, who is it, Cochran?
Greg
Yeah,
Cochran.
Greg Cochran, he's going to be there from the League of Municipalities. Also, I want to let y'all know that we'll be hosting, the city of Argo will be hosting in August. And Ken Smith from the league is going to be our speaker. He has agreed to come out and everything, so he's going to be our speaker. We need to decide whether we're going to have it here, we're going to have it with the local restaurants, and if we're going to get a sponsor to try to sponsor our breakfast.
One thing I don't know, and maybe our attorney could tell us this. Other municipalities pay for that. The municipality pays for the mayor's breakfast. We have always gotten sponsors to pay for it. I know Corky's business paid for it.
He's paid for it 2 or 3
Paid
years.
for it.
And my husband.
And I don't mind doing it again.
That's just,
Yeah, but I don't,
it's just smart.
I think so.
it's smart to have sponsors to pay for it, not the city pay for it. Is that what you're saying?
It's just smart financial.
Okay.
We like to do it.
I mean, that's fine. I just
not
wanted-
even about 2 or 3 years in a row.
It keeps Massey Paving involved with all these other little towns around and all too.
Well, that's true, because they're all there.
Yeah.
I mean, they all attend.
But y'all be thinking about that.
So I
It's
just,
we work
I just
for
don't
August
know
the
why.
15th, for everybody that wants to, go ahead and write that down. It's going to be August the 15th is our turn to have it. So I'd love to have all our council people here. And I was also going to send out an invitation to any past council members or mayors, if they would like to attend. I would like for us to go ahead and send out something to all of them to let them know that we're,
You might want to open it up for multiple sponsors, because what you wouldn't want to do is for someone to say, you're like, you don't want that kind of thing.
Well, if anybody comes and wants it more than me, they can have it.
that's what I say, Corky. That's what
Well, maybe if we all pitched in, it would just be, it wouldn't, I mean, all
Well,
the
I think you need
businesses.
to alternate it.
All the
It needs to be one
businesses,
sponsor
because
for
that's
each
just
one.
not,
Or if you have more than one, you can list the sponsors and you can credit.
And I guarantee you Springville would let me sponsor that fair if I get snubbed here.
you're not gonna get snubbed here, I can promise you that.
But y'all just be thinking about it. The 15th is our date to have it. Like I say, it's gonna be at 7:30. We need to decide if we're gonna have it here at City Hall, or if we're gonna have it at one of our local restaurants and everything. We need to probably have that, know by the next meeting. what
Well,
we
that
plan
would
on doing.
probably be determined by the prices, the catering prices.
And Ann, would you mind checking with around and see what it would cost? Let's say between, how many do you think we need to?
I would say 38 to 40. That's what's been, that's
Well,
what's
if
been.
we
that's what's been
buy
attending.
previous mayor
Yeah, I
and
mean, you got,
council,
yeah.
we'll say at least 50, I would say 50.
I think we did 60 last time.
Yeah, I think it was pretty
But
good.
that was
cool.
the thing with the paving, you know, when McCartney was here, and,
Yeah, and I think we had pretty close to that.
yeah, we probably did.
Does that include your volunteer every year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to come. Yeah, you're welcome.
Introduce you
You're
and
welcome.
give you credit.
I was asking if you mind checking with the restaurants and find out what a breakfast would cost for, let's say, 60 people, like Corky said. And then get back with us at the next meeting as to, you know, what the different prices are for us, so we can kind of have something to go by. And that, if we have it here, we'll have to have a committee come in and set up the tables and help with all that. Ann and I have been doing it, but we'd like to share and kind of pass it around.
Let everybody feel fulfilled.
Everybody help with it if they would like.
I would really.
Our
like us to
volunteers
have
could
it
help
anyway.
also.
I'd like us to have it.
Most towns.
I have no problem with that.
And then they don't have to transport all the food.
So it's just up to y'all. Y'all just be thinking about it. Ann will report back to us at the next meeting in 2 weeks, and then we will have the, you know, we can make our decision then. Okay, moving along.
But it ain't like it's the Massey Paving Show. All they say, they make us, thanks to Massey Paving for sponsoring it, and that's the end of it. It ain't like they,
No, it
They
ain't.
have one cent.
they fall at my
Hey, let me
feet and
tell you,
praise me.
if he got one job out of it, he'd be doing good.
Well-
And most of them don't even think of about it that
Just won't
way.
get one.
But
that I
we
wouldn't have got
appreciate it
anyway.
anyway, for everybody who is sponsored.
Corky's always stepped up when it comes to things like that in the city. 2020 census, Wednesday, we, at our League of Municipalities schooling we went to, we got to, the 2020 census is coming up. There's a class coming up in Gadsden, Wednesday. I'm going to it. Alan Bustler, I've asked him to be on that committee since he's a first responder. Mike, do you have anybody that would like to be on it? I talked to Andy, but he wasn't sure he would be able to do it. Would you like to?
What is it?
The census, the 2020 census, they're fixing to start the schooling for it, and they're asking all municipalities to send at least 2 or 3 people. So Alan Bustler's agreed to. I talked to the chief, Chief Downing, he's willing to. Brown said she would go. I'm going. Do you have anybody you'd like to send, or would you like to go? It's gonna be at
This
Gadsden.
class is going to be in Gadsden. I think there's going to be several
This one's in Gadsden.
from
When
9
and how long?
It's
10:30
9 o'clock to
Wednesday.
10:30 on Wednesday morning.
at the library.
And I just, Is it, you got, this should be in your packet here.
I didn't get anything but library stuff in
All
my
you're
packet.
getting now is an email you got to print out.
Well, I looked at it on my phone was all I had to look at.
But it's on here, and then we're going to the Gadsden, that's the closest to us, is the Gadsden one. But they're saying that there's gonna be a lot of things that the city's gonna have to do itself. So, we're trying to get prepared for
Address
that.
verification and that kind of stuff. That's why they suggest having somebody from the police department, because they go.
But they're asking for some first responders. If, Mike, you wanna let me know tomorrow if you can find somebody that would like to be. I put Tommy on there, but my wife is having surgery, so he's not gonna be able to go, so whoever you get can sit in Tommy's place.
All right, I'll get more information from you if you want to.
Okay, okay. I gave Andy one of these. He probably put it on his desk and forgot about it. But anyway, he got one of those. But anyway, I was just letting y'all know about that. It's just, also, there's a CMO training class coming up
Notice that, I'm glad you.
on, let's see, which one did, in Montgomery on July the 15th. And if you look in the packet, they're the topics they're going to be schooling on this time is annexation and de-annexation of municipal property, the Open Meeting Act, and zoning in Alabama. So, and this is a Saturday class, if anybody would like to go to that class.
I think it's all great topics. And it's not topics that they offered at the convention either.
And this, don't see a time on here. It's $125 to go.
like 9:30 to 3:30 or 9 to 3:30, something like that.
I'm looking, I don't see it.
That may have been on down into the registration part of it, but had time.
Okay, there was another topic too, dealing with meeting disruptions, keeping your council out of court and off YouTube.
All right,
That was good.
we should all go to that one.
So I would love it if anybody, if we could, if anybody wants to bring that up for a vote tonight,
Yeah, I think we should bring it up for a vote.
Just post it on YouTube.
but, I'm willing to pay my own way if,
We should have enough money left in the educational account to do that.
okay,
Right, Kathy?
police department body cams. Mr. Wells,
Yes, ma'am.
I think that will be you.
Yep. We can either go with the grid, which is $932, that'll carry us on to the next budget year in October, or we can go ahead and buy the new system for, I think it's $22,000. It's got all new equipment, it's for 5 years. If someone drops their body cam, they could, whatever, riding a motorcycle, it's scraped off, it's covered under the maintenance agreement, they'll replace it free of charge.
Okay, I have a question. The last body cams that we got,
Mhm.
there was supposed to have been a contract so that we could, after a certain length of time, we were supposed to be able to trade those in or something and get different body cams at a discounted price.
There's a contract that covers it.
Okay. Does this one, since I've talked to the chief, and he says that this one, somehow or another, the wrong contract got signed, or somebody didn't sign the right contract or something. Does these new cameras, does it have a contract with them stating that they will
Update.
update
It
as
does.
needed?
It does. It does, right here.
I've got these 3 years. This is the one I've got right here.
This is it, and if you'll look, the updated section, let me go back several pages. If you'll look, evidence.com terms of use appendixes on page 11. And it'll tell you specifically what it covers, and if you flip on over to page 10 and 11, it shows you spare parts, upgrade models. If you purchase the 5-year agreement, which is what we want to do, it will send you in 2.5 years a whole new system, and the 5th year will send you an upgraded system again. But if you'll read that section, particularly 4.12 and 4.2, it covers that in the contract. It also, in the cover letter, it should
Mine's a
make
little different.
reference to it. Yeah, that's it. Okay?
Okay.
If that's for
And the price that you're giving us here is, that includes that 5-year
It
warranty?
does, it does. It does, let me,
So the $932.90 will take us through
October.
October.
But if you go ahead and buy this new system, the total is $22,167.25. And it's broken down, you pay it by year. First year, $7,000 is due.
But we can start that in October too.
If you want to wait, yeah.
How is y'all's cameras holding up now? Somebody told me that there's some of them are so bad now that they can't hardly use them.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they don't charge properly, I mean, they're pretty old. But
They're
mine's
supposed to be
working.
keeping them up for us though under the contract act.
No,
That's the problem we had,
We don't
that
have
they
a
didn't,
contract.
contract, supposedly the contract didn't either get signed or they didn't honor it or something. We don't know what happened, but they were supposed to be upgrading the last ones.
that's right, and they didn't do it, they, whatever
Would-
happened.
I have a question. Would these funds come from the surplus equipment account, or would it come from your?
That'd be
We would
honest.
prefer it come out of the general fund and let us keep all our money to buy.
Yeah.
We would like that too. I think you've got a little more money. You've got a little more money in that account than we got in
Let's
the
just say-
fund account.
I would probably be for it coming out of
Yeah.
that surplus equipment fund, but I wouldn't be for it out of the general fund that we got a
I figured
budget
that'd be
too.
the only way they would get it.
And it's seven, and it's in installments, $7,000 installments?
Well, what you have the first year, it's due is $7,519.
When we gonna sell some of that junk?
And then each year thereafter is $3,630 for the next 4 years. That
So the
covers
first
every-
installment's the biggest one, then the other ones will be the 3,630 goodwill.
Mhm. And that covers everything for 5 years. 2.5 years, get all new equipment. 5th year, we get all new equipment, and then if we want to sign that contract.
I would be in favor of that if the money, like Mr. Corky, if the money could come out of
What does she
that.
call you when she's mad at you?
Let's not bring
This is
our
a family
personal
show.
stuff into this.
I just want something to go by here.
If the money can come out of that fund, then I feel like we're okay to do that.
The problem is,
Until
right
the
now,
next
we do not
budget
have
comes
that
in.
kind of money in the fund. They're fixing to get, the new car is coming out of that fund.
But
And
we should have funds in there,
You got over $200,000.
and
Yeah, but we've
also,
obligated ourselves for a good bit of it.
One car,
I thought it was two.
one car.
and also,
we have
Also-
40-something thousand in that account, is what we got in that account.
but
Was it
also,
49,000?
47.
47.
we're in the process of auctioning some more of that equipment.
Yes, we've got our letter, they got it sent in, we're waiting on the auction company now to get around to doing what they got to do.
The new car was,
34?
No.
About 38.
With equipment
Yes,
and all
yes, we got
installed, yeah,
this,
about
we
30.
found, we've got our clearance to go, everything's good.
They just cut people in.
We're just waiting on the auction.
all right, so how much did you say was in that account?
About 47.
All right, so if we spend,
And how much do we, James, how much do we have coming out for the car with the lights and everything that go on
Around
there?
38,000.
How much?
About 38,000.
About 38, 39,000.
Don't count the chickens where they hatch now.
That's right.
I'm sorry, I didn't-
explain that.
They don't count the chickens where they hatch.
Don't spend that money before that stuff's auctioned, is that what you're saying?
Went down to Argo, finds that $213,000 lost somewhere.
Well, based on what Casey says we've got now, and we'll pray for the auditor to show up more with their report,
It
That's
just got put
40.
in the general fund by mistake or something. It's there.
that's 40.
It's there.
If we're looking at 38,000 for the car that's already ordered and 7,000 for the first installment on those cameras, then we're at 45,000, we got 48,000. I realize that's close.
47,000, she said.
47. I realize that's close, but it's still doable. I just hate for us to put money into.
But if something
what
happens,
we've
they have
got.
an emergency, a severe emergency.
Well, $900 to get us through October, all cheap. Then we start with the same deal in October. It's 5 years. 5 years
So
is
the
5
price-
years whenever we get it.
Not that it may make a difference, but the price is only guaranteed for 30 days.
Well,
But, I mean,
Shop around.
it may be the same.
they always put
And
that
of course,
on
we
there
have
just
the
to
watch guard quote.
And what are the installments, how much are the installment payments?
The first year is
Is this a state bid? Did this come off the state bid
It's
list?
not.
630 for you.
Did
Glenn,
not.
is this 3 quotes we got here, different companies? How many different companies we got?
We've got 2 companies, Watch Guard is one,
Okay, yeah.
and Axon's the other.
Okay.
So,
And Watch Guard, you wasn't too,
Watch Guard's good. I mean, what they have though is the car cam and the body cam integrated. And for 3 years maintenance, it's gonna be around 68,000.
ooh,
That's for the car cam, the backseat cam for the prisoner, and the body cam for the officer. It's all integrated and downloads wirelessly from the police car. So, it's more money, but it's a lot better system.
more whistles and bells.
We've got the whistles and bells, and that would be the one, of course, I would prefer. But if we can't afford it, then Axon's the one I think Chief and I have talked about.
So what all cameras does Axon provide?
But the Axon's just the body cam.
in the charging. And then we have 1 terabyte of memory. We're downloading all the information.
Don't we have car cams too?
Well, personal officers have bought car cams. They put them in themselves. But no, we don't have any, the police.
What would it cost us to put car cams in
What
the
did you have
cars?
to say in this other bid? that they
Based
got?
on, no, based on what the officers have bought themselves, not based on what
I
that
don't know what
company.
they paid for them, it's probably not that much money, but, you know, when you turn on the blue lights, they don't come on, you gotta hit it. It's just not.
Admissible as evidence.
Yeah, I think it would be admissible as evidence, I think it probably would be. But it's just not a heavy-duty system, that's just something extra protection they have. But you could do that if you wanted to.
Well, I mean,
The
it,
biggest thing there is far as deterrent, people behave if they go
well,
wrong.
we have had just the body cams to come in as a big deterrent.
Uh-huh.
A couple
If
of
they know they're on
times, and
TV,
I know
they ain't
since
gonna,
we've been here.
they ain't gonna be smart enough.
Well, I
Last
mean,
Sunday, I pulled somebody over, he had a pretty bad attitude about everything. He said, I hope you got a camera in that car. I said, it's right here. Just hold the meter change. And realized he was being recorded.
well,
Okay, the camera there.
you know,
but-
maybe that is something for us, like Corky said, maybe we need to do what we need to do to get us to October, and then
y'all-
we'll have.
Look into it more, we might
I'd
be
rather us have the car cams.
for car cams too, 2 or 3 cars or something.
That would be the most
And
protection.
once we see what the budget is and
Well, and that's why we got the bridge, y'all wanted to bridge it
That's
till.
a big difference in the prices, though, from the regular cameras to the car cameras, but.
yeah, but we can,
But there
you can buy a lesser version of that too.
Yeah, but you're
I
talking
bet
about,
Axion does both.
you're talking about a whole different system. It's, what we kind of really want is like watch guard.
Yeah, but we really want $1 million library too.
No, I don't.
I mean, if we could afford it, we would, but we'd
Well,
like,
it's a little bit
All
less than
brand new
me.
Do
police
they have
cars
a
too.
company?
So do we want to bring this up to vote on buying the cameras tonight, or do we want to vote on just the 900?
I'm for the bridge till y'all can figure out exactly what,
We've already
give us
got it
some
figured out.
options. I know, but
It's into these 2 choices, huh?
Yeah, that and a couple cars. Yeah, I understand, yeah, yeah. Whatever y'all
you might
decide.
get more by waiting. Once we see what the budget looks like.
Yeah,
Is there companies on the state bid list?
I don't know that it is.
They don't have a state bid list for cameras.
They don't have? I wonder why.
Wonder what state troopers do for
They've got Axon. Troopers, I just talked to Ping.
it. Okay, what they got in their cars.
I don't know if they got anything in their car.
That they do.
I don't think so. I don't believe they do. They just got
I
it.
haven't had an interaction with them.
Yeah, I hadn't had an
State cars, so I
opportunity
don't know.
to see any.
Thank goodness.
I see stuff sticking up in there, but I think it's
Hey,
radar.
Tony,
but
do
it
you
could be
want to make that
camera, too.
motion to either vote on the cameras or to vote on? Do we want to wait? Do we want to go
Well,
forward?
we've got to
State
do,
trooper ones.
I mean, we got to do one or the other. We've either got to extend
Yes, sir.
$930 or we've got to buy a campus.
If we have to, yeah, one or the other.
Or cut them
Or
off.
our system just goes away effective July 1.
So, yeah, we got to bring up one or the other.
And
Okay.
who's this system we got with now?
Axon.
We have.
Chief,
We're
what
going
is
back
your
to Exxon and
suggestion?
We're not happy with them?
I don't spend $900 and wait and do what we got.
Well, I don't want to say we're not happy with them, but this is a different.
Well, you said they're not
contract.
servicing their contract.
Well, they
Did
have
you-
serviced what the contract that we had, which was nothing.
I would,
Somebody
our
didn't
fault.
sign a
I would
contract.
suggest whichever system we purchase in the future, that our attorney goes over that contract to be sure that all of our eyes are.
Then our end of it's
Our-
protected.
Okay, to the chief, I just spoke to the chief back there, and he said that he would rather us wait and just do the 900 and then see what we got.
That suits me.
That
Is
sounds
that all right
good.
with everybody?
No, I can live with that.
Okay, best insurance, we got our invoice. Casey sent out an email asking y'all to decide on what vehicles that they wanted to just have liability. We got several up there that's not even running, it's not being driven. Ann responded back, and that's the only response that came back. So we have to have this in the 9th. The 9th is when this is. This is our total for all of our insurance on here that has to be paid, and she has to cut a check Wednesday to be able to pay this.
So
Did you get in touch with them today, Casey?
Yes, and it was the full amount, the
Okay,
$38,000.
$38,446 is what we gotta pay.
That is with all the vehicles on there that have been on there in the past, well,
No, this is, we're taking off the vehicles that's not being driven up there, and just putting liability on the ones that he said that we're paying too much insurance on because the Crown Vics are not working, we would not get what we're paying, out of it. So he said, his suggestion, the agent's suggestion was that we drop everything except liability on all those Crown Vics and all that because we're never gonna get our money back out.
we had also discussed surplus in that Jimmy. Can that be surplused in with that, the auction of that other, or should we do a closed bid to surplus
I think the
that
surplus
vehicle?
stuff's gonna have to be separated from anything else that the city sells.
Okay. So then the question is, should we surplus that out?
Yeah, and it was basically the same one.
It wouldn't make sense to do an auction.
Just have well, you got to go on govdeals.com. Every town around for 500 miles uses it, and all you got to do is take a picture of it and send it. And I'm telling you, Asheville's done it, and Gadsden.
But anyway, I'll need somebody to make that motion to pay the insurance on that.
It's easy to do.
Moving along, RD, anybody else have any questions with that? Paying the insurance?
I guess that would
What
be
is it,
considered
court?
city court. So if it's court,
It'll be a
who's
city.
gonna handle
It'll have to be handled separate, like the fire trucks is
it? I
going to
know
be
that, but who's
separate.
gonna handle it is where I'm
The
at.
same auction can handle it all, but we just got to
We
separate.
were just talking about not auctioning it, we were talking about putting it on,
If you put it on GovDeals, you get a lot better coverage, get a better price out of it.
it's all the municipalities, Corky was saying it's using that one, so we can put it on that.
Just go on govdeals.com and look, y'all be on
Okay, we can
first.
do that. Somebody needs to be responsible for doing that, because it's not falling under, it's falling under the city's property and not the police
It's in
department's.
the general-
property.
I call it the general fund, but it's not a department, it's just the city's.
Okay, moving along, somebody needs to make that motion for the insurance, when we do it, get up there ready to go. RDS, our first check came from RDS, and these are, that check was for $1,948, and these are, businesses that we did not have, that, they found for us. So we got a check for those, and this is our first check from them for business.
For how much?
$1,948.99. And these are business that we did not have in our system. These are new businesses that they found for us. So,
And all that the ones that happened,
excuse me.
I said all the ones that happened bought licenses, have they bought theirs?
Right now, the ones that were delinquent, that we knew of, yes, they bought license. Okay,
That's good. It's not $200.
the discussion on the July 4th holiday. I know most all the cities are shutting down for July the 4th. They are not going to, it's just going to fall on a Tuesday. They're not going to be open on Monday either. So we need to decide, are we going to pay our employees to be off, are we going to let them work, or are we going to follow suit with the rest of the city? I know Springville, Odenville, and all of them are shutting down for that.
I didn't bring my handbook, but that, last term, we went over holidays, certain holidays. Do you know what those holidays were? Do you
It
know
did not
off the top of
include this,
that?
it did not include this holiday. But y'all have that option if y'all want to, if y'all want to.
Do a resolution.
Include y'all on four. The day before.
Yeah, the day before.
But some years July the 4th falls on Sunday. And we give them the day.
But it's falling on Tuesday, so a lot of municipalities are taking Monday and Tuesday, is what I understand you're saying.
Yeah. Springville's not going to be open that day. Odenville's not going to be open. I don't know about anybody else, but I know those two listed. So we need to decide, and we don't have to do it this time, it's just something for y'all to think about for the next meeting, if y'all don't want to do it tonight.
How many employees will that impact?
All of our full-time employees.
Well, the fire department, the police department will have to be here.
They're going to have to be
So
here.
we're talking 3 employees, or 2 employees, the clerks, is that what we're talking about? That would shut down City Hall, like you're saying.
Would be the chief and the 2 chiefs too.
Yeah, the 2 chiefs and the 3 city employees, the Tommy, Casey, and Darrell.
Okay. So we're talking 5 employees.
So y'all just think about it, and we can do that for the next meeting at the end of the month. But that's just something to think about. Leadership, we got the application today to nominate someone. every city gets one free scholarship, to send someone from the city, to, leadership class. Here's our application to nominate someone. Does anybody have any idea who we want to nominate for our free scholarship for this? I think most all of us has already been. Tony and Ronnie has not been, but this is a through the week thing you have to go to. So I don't know if y'all will be able to do that. Casey has
You need to
not.
make time for it.
It's
It's one day a month for 6 months or something, on Friday usually.
Ann's been,
Not
Ann,
paying.
corporate, Ann's been, I've been.
Was yours on Friday or?
I was thinking it was on Friday.
Ours was Thursday.
Yeah.
Either way, I wish I went 20 years sooner if they'd had it.
You learn a lot about St. Clair
You
County.
just make so many contacts and stuff.
But we have to do this, by the,
It's one of these things that I really got tired of. about.
application is due August the 1st. That's what I just said, either Casey or one of them, Tommy's already been. Only thing with Casey right now, she's got so much on her, trying to get caught up with what all's behind. She's
Well,
got
the first one's not till
August is when the application's due
it's
in.
October.
October's the first one.
Yeah, we got time. August.
Would you like to go, Casey?
Yeah, how many days did you say it was?
What's one day a month?
One day a month on a Thursday. Well, they may change the date.
I don't know. I
It
thought,
may not be.
They've got,
I think
they've
we
got a
did Thursday
schedule
and
here,
Friday.
October the 19th, November the 16th. I mean, it's got all the dates here.
Think about it.
That you can go.
Did y'all get the state down from
And is that gonna appear on court, because October the 19th is a Thursday.
Thursday.
say it again, Betty.
October the 13th, 19th is on a Thursday, so
They're all on Thursday.
all Thursdays.
Okay, the first one, too, is an overnight thing, remember?
So that's gonna probably put you out, because you got court.
She can leave early for court. They did, Haley did. She got her
Okay.
on hold.
Yeah.
If I can leave early and come back here.
They'll work it out.
Okay.
They allow her to do that.
All right, so if somebody wants to nominate Casey to go, we can
I'll
fill it.
nominate her.
And we'll go with this, okay, closing up, closing, y'all in y'all's own little world over here.
Well, we're just
I
trying
just
to keep
don't
up
see
with bunch of
that.
this stuff we've not seen,
You were talking
have not
about
been
somebody
seen on
making a
the
motion
agenda.
to send her, and I don't see it on here anywhere, so we just want to know where to make that motion.
Well, we just got that today, so that's the reason it's not on.
So
the
we'll have to put it
So we
on the
need to add
agenda.
Yeah, we'll have to put it on the agenda.
Okay.
All right, closing of the budget, and I'm gonna let Casey, and Andrea has been working on that budget, so I'm gonna let Casey go over some of the findings that she's found.
Well, we were able to go over October, and we've got it officially closed. And we did find, several mistakes that have been made. I have just some examples here. Like we had a check that was written off of a court check, but it was coded to the general fund. And so we had to do a bunch of journal entries to correct all these issues. This one didn't have anything coded, like no codes to it at all. And we also found one where it appeared that there was a $50 deposit made to rent one of the room, and it wasn't deposited, and it appeared to be given back to the person without the $100 actual payment for it. So, yeah, there was several things that we noticed.
And she's thinking that maybe they got to rent it for free.
Are they
And
deciding
there was
not
some
to rent it?
stuff posted twice, so I mean, if y'all want to look at that, you
Do you know
can, but.
do you know who that person was, or is it just giving you a date?
Let me see.
I know several people that's
We
rented
don't need to be, we
tonight.
don't need to be changed.
Yeah.
No, we're not, but I just know several people.
It did have a date, but
It did have a date on it.
no name.
Anyway, she had some issues with that, and I told her that she would like to explain that, if anything, anybody has any.
Yeah, it's just taking me some time to go through like what they've done to, because we only have like an amount that we're off, and we have to pinpoint each little thing that we're off. So it's.
And y'all have to remember too, she's getting some overtime in on Saturdays, but we don't have a choice because that's the only day she's got somebody in here training her to try to go over this stuff. And y'all know as well as I do, when we came in 5 months behind and all that stuff, so we're trying to play catch up. And so, she's also doing the court clerk, everybody's aware of Tommy's wife's illness, sickness right now. And so she's also trying to do court stuff, she's really working on three different things right now. And she's new, she's only been here, what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks. So she's doing a lot and working, she was here until 7 o'clock Saturday. 7 o'clock, she's really been doing great though.
We appreciate it, we really do.
Okay, invoice for Regional Planning Commission, we got that. And,
That needs to be added.
with 11,996.07, and did you get in touch with the county today about their share of the 6,000 that,
I did send her the information, and she's looking over that now.
okay.
She hasn't gotten back with
She
me.
tell you what all she needed?
She hasn't gotten back with me, but I think she has everything she needs, but she's gonna email me back.
Okay, but anyway, the county has agreed to pay half of the 6,000 for that. So we'll still owe the balance of that once that comes in, so we'd like to go ahead and somebody agree to pay this, because as far as I know, they've done what they were supposed to do, have
Well, we've already voted. Approved that money.
we have?
Try.
Okay, yeah, we did, we sure did. But I just want to let y'all know we did get the invoices in, so we don't have to be paying that too.
That was on the study.
Yes. Our part.
Okay, also, Corky, Ronnie, have y'all got any report to give back on Katy Lane?
I've been there twice.
I haven't been down there,
It's, I think FEMA money was 15,000, you said. I don't see what we can do with 15,000, but
Well, you gotta look at it too, because that 15,000 was for some work that was already done on, Tom Middle.
no, we had a separate check for it, didn't we?
No, no, it was all getting combined, but we've already done the work, the city's already done the work on Tom
It's
Hill.
very specific.
Yeah, I knew that, but I thought it was 15,000 specifically for Katy Lane.
We've already done the work on,
It's actually wrong.
They fixed to lose the whole cover. Look, it's washed out. Somebody has set some makeshift head walls on top of it.
and I would like for y'all to get with, Dan Donkey on that, because
I
my
talked to him.
understanding that he was out there with them when they went over that. So maybe y'all can get him to meet y'all out there, and let's try to get some estimates on exactly what, with the scope. Yeah, I'll give y'all the paper, and it's in your box, if you hadn't got it. The scope of work that they're saying that we need to do.
Well,
And
see,
then
I
they'll
went-
give us another check for $2,500 once we've completed that work.
The scope of work that FEMA says needs to be done.
I called Dan and drove up there and was gonna let him walk me through what they were supposed to do, and my phone ran out of range about the time I got to your house. And he and I were talking about it, but I ran out of range and ran my driveway. Pretty much a straight line, no jokes.
Okay, would y'all please try to get something for us together for the next meeting, because we have a timeline, I think, to be able to use that money, so we'd hate for them to take that money back. So if y'all will try to get with him and try to get some estimates on that and report back to us this next meeting, if you don't mind. Okay,
And,
go ahead.
I forget the name of the little road up off of Roll Lane Road. We had 2 complaints on it in our mailbox. I really don't think that's I went up there.
Darryl says it's not ours. He went up there and looked too, and he said, and Tommy looked it up on our streets and stuff that he has in here, and he says it's not listed as one of our roads.
That's kind of a gray area too, because, we annexed that area and the county had accepted all those roads, but the conditions that the counties accepted the roads were, the developer went in there and shirted them all, then the county tar and gravel them, and then they accepted them. That one never got tar and gravel, so I don't think it ever got accepted, so I don't think we accepted it. We accepted the roads that
Gravel road.
the county had accepted, and I don't think the county had ever accepted that one.
Church road.
Okay.
And it's got some gravel on it and stuff. It's rough old road, and looks like 3 houses out there. But
So you don't think it's our road? Hey, would somebody please call them back then, because they have called several times,
And I was here one day when he came.
so if somebody would call them back and explain to them that that's not our road?
I can do it.
Okay.
Nothing fun.
Also, I got today,
But another thing about that, if you buy a place on a dirt road, you got to have to live on a dirt road. You got to take a better price for it by being there.
Also, we got the geotechnical engineering report today. And there's, I think she sent an email to everybody with this.
I read it, pretty good.
We got that. Tony, you had something you wanted to add?
No, not about that. We've got to vote on that second part of that proposal.
On CCI?
Yeah, the one that we've had it for two months or 2 months plus, and we broke it down, we voted on the first half of it, and we got the second half, which I think the first half was basically preliminaries, and this is for construction documents.
Okay. All right, you want to bring that up tonight then to vote on that? Does everybody have a chance to go over that? Anybody that's not? Okay, also today I got an email from Richard Harvey from Springville. They have taken in Sweetwater, I think. So now they're having to upgrade their automatic response agreement and everything. So he's asking us to
It's mutual aid.
to go ahead and to do that. And I don't know if this is mutual aid. Mike, do you know, are you familiar with this? Do you know what
It is.
Yeah, we have this, basically the same contract already in place with each other.
This is just an update?
This is the updated version, needs to be updated for ISO. ISO wanted us to change a little bit of the verbiage saying how many personnel we would send, and that we would meet the training requirements between the two fire departments to make sure the two departments mesh together well. This was nothing we're not already doing, it's just
It's nothing new, it's just a new contract.
new
About
contract.
halfway through the first paragraph, it states that it's mutual aid agreement
Does any,
in so many words.
This is typical, I'm sure they would agree here, this is typical on all of the states, but I just want to forewarn you that provisions about no one will go to court, that's unenforceable. The rest of it works, somebody gets the job done, but just like
I wouldn't hope about it, basically. I wonder, that's not the paragraph they added, the new verbiage they added.
I doubt it, I don't know.
Do you have a copy of the other one, Mike, of the old, do you have a copy of the old mutual aid contract?
I have one on file, I don't have it with me.
I think Scott's comfortable with it.
I mean, generally speaking,
it's a general contract?
yeah, well, I mean, it's a mutual aid agreement, it's, like I said, the simplistic documents are all over the scope because it's really to accomplish the obvious purpose. And so, just keep in mind that there's no suit for them, it's just, don't be fooled by that, that's
Okay, one other thing I need to bring up, as the accrual of vacation and sick days. All y'all are aware, we've had some problems trying to find out exactly how much, because of inaccurate records, we've been trying to find out how much our employees, sick days and vacation times they have. I talked to both chiefs about this, and I think the only fair thing we can do, since the records haven't been kept up and everything, is for us, in our handbook, it states that we can only, they can only carry over 30 days. All right, if they carry over that 30 days, and then they get 2 weeks, 10-day vacation, 12-day sick day, that's 52 days this year. And I'm suggesting that we let them have the 30 days to carry over, since we don't know, and then give them their 2-week vacation, which is 10 days, and then give them their 12-day sick days. And then since we've come into office, we are keeping accurate records as to sick days and vacation days, so we have a record from that point on. If anybody else has any, Casey and I have worked on this for I don't know how long, trying to come up with something that we feel like fair. If anybody has anything else to add to this, or if y'all think, and I asked the attorney to look this over, and he seems to think it's fair. As fair as it.
Well, irregardless of fairness, it'll hold up. I mean, it's a solid understanding and policy adopted by city council should you decide to do it.
It's already adopted, isn't it?
No.
I thought you said that was in the book.
No, the days that they can carry overs in.
What she did, she quoted 2 paragraphs regarding leave time, and then at the last paragraph, she stated that what she's trying to.
What I'm saying is that this is what it was at the last paragraph, it says, from lack of recording accurate vacation and sick days in the past, the city of Argo is allowing the full-time employees for the calendar year 2017 to roll over the allotted maximum of 30 days from the previous calendar year. The employees will have a total at year end, December the 31st, 2017, of 52 days.
What does that apply?
The vacation and or sick days already taken for the calendar year of 2017 will be factored into these new totals. So what days they've already taken since.
You got it wrong, you said December 31st, 17, should be 16.
And what she's saying that from this point forward,
Yeah,
they will be able to accumulate through this calendar year, bring everything forward, accumulate through this calendar year, the additional.
You're bringing it forward from December 31st of 16.
What we're doing is,
Just read that right.
Does that take into account people, is that saying everybody gets?
all
22 days?
full-time employees that,
I thought it was based on that's been in the service.
Okay, it says the previous calendar year.
what we're trying to do is, neither chief has any records, the city doesn't have any records, but in our handbook it states that they can only, roll over 30 days. So we're gonna just act like nobody's taking vacation or sick day, give them that 30 days to apply for 2017, and then their vacation for 2017, and their, sick days for 2017, which is 52 days. And and to me, that's the only way we're gonna be able to start over, because there's no records of anything. that we
Okay,
can-
what you're saying is at the start of 17, we're giving them, like you're talking about, because they've both been here enough years to do it, they're getting their full 52 days for this year. At the end of this year, they'll have a new 52.
No. They'll only have their 2 weeks,
Oh, and whatever they.
and whatever they have
whatever
left to
they've
roll
not
over.
used.
They won't have another
But
30.
what they have
Okay.
used will come from what, from those numbers.
Yeah, what they
Yeah.
have used so far, yeah, for 2017 will be coming out of these numbers.
As it, the book.
Their time
spells
does
out how
not
they
start,
get
the new hires don't start, they have to be here a year before they can take
So it's
it.
anybody else.
But is that, my question was, is that gonna be 22 days for everybody? Is everybody, however many year requirement that is to get 22?
No, some of them won't get, the ones that hasn't been here as long as our chiefs won't get that many days. It'll only be the ones that have, been here, to
It's
accumulate.
spelled out.
So it's 30.
It's spelled out in that book.
30 days plus however much they got for this year, essentially.
Right, 52 days is the total amount that any employee can get.
That's where it tops out, it's 52 days. It's scattered out into 20.
And you see, some of them have only been here a year, so they'll only get a week's vacation. They won't get the whole 52,
Yeah, that was my question. They don't get the whole.
No, it's gonna depend on how long they've been here, like if the chiefs have been here long enough to accumulate, to get the 2 weeks. But some of them have only been here a year, so they'll just get that week. And, so that's what I'm trying to say. Does that need to be changed? Is that all right, the way it's
Well,
written?
it sounds like the only confusion is that it applies, it's based upon this
Mhm.
new policy. It's based upon the amount of service time the employee has already. So you're not granting anything.
Right, and I didn't read all through that. They say they.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, but I.
Do we need to change this to
The
reflect
rest of the
that?
handbook spells it out.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna
This
say,
is just a supplement to the handbook.
it's assumed that it's based upon your employment, time of employment.
Do we need to spell it out on this? Would you?
I think the way you got it, it's fine.
I do too,
It
after I see it.
it accomplishes what.
Okay, so I'll need somebody to make that motion, and then I'm gonna ask them to sign off on this, the employees to sign off on it, so that they realize that 30 days is the maximum that they can carry over, and then that way it puts everybody on an equal scale with this, and then we can put all that stuff to bed. Does anybody have anything else? That's all I have on my.
How does that motion need to read?
Adopt the supplemental leave policy, proposed supplemental leave policy.
Does anybody else have anything? Ronnie? Anything? Ian?
And obviously, it would be part of the
I
handbook,
don't know what it is.
something that we,
So just put it maybe something to me.
right, I call it something on the lead policy.
Mike's got his, conference coming in August.
Okay, so you will bring that up in the council meeting?
Supplemental leave policy.
How many of these things we got to vote to put on the agenda?
Mike's,
That
schooling,
makes 3, I think.
We've already approved that.
CCI is on here, leadership scholars we added. And the reason this isn't on here, guys, is this thought stuff came in today.
Huh? The mutual aid agreement, is it on?
No, the mutual aid agreement needs to go on here.
I thought that was the supplemental leave policy, the chief's conference, the leadership,
And the mutual aid.
and force mutual aid.
Supplemental what?
Supplemental leave policy.
What about the cameras, not cameras?
Is it on here?
Yeah, well, it's on
It's on
the workshop.
No, so we need to put the body cameras on there.
That's fine.
Why do we need to, use the same one for both?
You can, and then just add
All the stuff we're doing.
all this stuff to it.
I mean, we're doing it twice anyway, so it'd be simpler just do it all on one sheet.
Okay, is everybody on the same page now? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that we had to add?